What's going on, guys? Kaz Cray back with another Baltimore State Dynasty video. And this week the Stallions taking on the Rice Owls, who have not won a game yet this season. And like I said in the preview video, I don't really expect this to be a very tough game for Baltimore State. Rice just overall is not a very good football team in the slightest. So Baltimore State should have no problem winning this one. But as the old saying goes, that's why they play the game. And Rice is definitely not a team you can take for granted. They do have talent on their team, but overall, they're just not a very good football team at all. They do have home field advantage for what it's worth. Unfortunately for them, they also boast one of the worst overall teams statistically. They've given up about 40 points a game in the past 4 games, all losses, and all their losses have been pretty lopsided games. We'll see what they can do today as we await the opening kickoff. Rice wins the toss. They elect to kick it off, and here we go. Josh Seymour deep to return for Baltimore State as always. And Seymour going to take it out of the end zone, actually. Takes it up the left side, past the 20, past the 30, past the 40, and pushed out at about the 42-yard line. A 50-yard return altogether for Seymour. As Baltimore State sets up shop, 1st and 10. Jones on the play action. Franklin Jones going to dump it off to Shelton Bentley for about 2 yards. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 8. Baltimore State in a strong I formation. Hand off to Seymour up the left side, and he's caught from behind after a 3-yard gain. That'll bring up a 3rd and 5 as Baltimore State comes out with 3 receivers to the left side. Jones in the shotgun as he drops back. Going to dump it left side, finds Rayshon Griffin. Griffin able to pick up about 8 yards and a new set of downs for the Stallions. So 1st and 10. Jones again in the shotgun, 2 receivers to the right side. He drops back. Going to throw right side, and he finds a wide open Aldrin Johnson. Johnson on the hitch route down to about the 21-yard line. So great throw by Jones, and Johnson just wide open, nobody covering him. And Baltimore State would have to settle for 3. I lost the footage for that, my apologies. As we get to a studio update, and Washington goes down, losing to Arizona State 21-14. So the top-ranked team in the nation has finally lost. And that's not good for any hopes of Baltimore State getting into a BCS bowl game, as Washington losing definitely weakens that chance. And Louisiana Tech able to knock off Florida International 38-31 for their first victory of the season. Of course, Louisiana Tech lost last week to Baltimore State, but they're looking to make a comeback and possibly make it to the Conference USA Championship game yet again. So now 1st and 10, JT Granado dropping back, and he goes right side, and he finds Aston Walter, one of the 2 Walter twins on this Rice offense. New set of downs for the Owls. 1st and 10, Granado back to pass, going to go left side, finds Smith this time. Parker Smith has himself a 12-yard gain in the 1st down. So Rice moving the ball with relative ease so far on this drive. Now it's a 1st and 10, Granado goes right side, finds Clark, but Clark can't hold on to it, and that's going to be incomplete. Flag on the play, and it's going to be a holding call against Rice. It's going to be the running back Samuel Stewart on the infraction. Backs him up to a 1st and 20 to get 4 yards on 1st and 20. So now it's a 2nd and 16. Granado back to pass. Goes left side, finds Smith. Smith has himself an 11-yard gain. Now we have a 3rd and 5. And Granado going to hand it up the middle to Stewart. Stewart finds space up the middle, and he's able to get inside the 30-yard line after an 18-yard carry and a new set of downs. We go to 2nd and 10. Brooks in motion to the left side. Here's Granado. He's going to scramble this time, and Granado breaks a few tackles inside the 20 now after an 8-yard gain. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 2. 2 tight ends to the right side. Granado running the option, pitches it back to Stewart. Stewart has space, breaks the tackle from Brown, and Stewart finally going to be pushed out at about the 14-yard line. But the damage has been done. He has himself another 1st down. As Rice inching closer to scoring a touchdown as Granado back to pass under pressure, breaks a tackle, and he's finally going to be brought down for a sack. Emmerich Cole able to finally finish him off as Granado able to break a tackle there. It looked like he had space, but then Cole comes up and makes a big play. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 13. This time a handoff to Stewart. Stewart breaks the tackle, and he's finally stood up after a 12-yard gain inside the 5-yard line now. Now it's a 3rd and goal. We had a wildcat, wild owl as I called it last year. Walter on the fake, and Walter going to run it up the left side for an easy touchdown. That's Austin Walter, the other twin. And he gets a relatively easy touchdown there. And Rice actually has a 7-3 lead. Don't look now. But now Josh Seymour returning it for Baltimore State. Seymour up the left side. Another big return for him. And Seymour pushed out at the Baltimore State 48-yard line. A 51-yard gain this time on the return. And now Baltimore State has a great field position yet again. This time Seymour on the handoff to the right side. Seymour up the middle. Able to get 11 yards and a first down. It's a new set of downs. Baltimore State in Rice territory again. 1st and 10. Again in the shotgun, they're going to run the counter to Seymour. Seymour with a nice juke move, but couldn't escape the defender. Gets about 8 yards on the play. Seymour would pick up the first down on the next play. Now 1st and 10. Seymour on the left side. Nice spin move. And Seymour evading defenders, and a great run gets him into the end zone. Touchdown Baltimore State as Seymour runs in from 24 yards out. And I know there was a pause right there, but we'll look at the full replay right here. Nice spin move. And Seymour able to evade defenders on his way to the end zone. So now a 10-7 lead for Baltimore State. It's under 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Granado out in the handoff to Stewart. And Stewart able to get 8 yards on first down. Now it's going to bring up a 2nd and 2. Walter in motion. Handoff to Stewart again up the right side. And Stewart just barely able to get the first down. 3-yard gain. Brings up a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10. Handing off to Stewart again. A nice little stiff arm there. And Stewart just a yard shy of the first down marker now. He's going to bring up a 2nd and 1. And another handoff this time to Austin Walter. Walter breaks the tackle, but he's going to... No, he's going to get the first down, actually. A nice second effort by Austin Walter, and that's going to bring an end to the first quarter. Baltimore State up 10-7, and you got to give it to Rice. They're putting up a much bigger fight than we anticipated. So Rice football as we enter the second quarter. It's a 2nd and 11. Granado back to pass. They're going to run the screen, and he's intercepted. Isaiah Kegler going to take this one, and nobody's going to be able to stop him. Touchdown Baltimore State on an intercepted screen pass by Isaiah Kegler, and that's Granado's first incompletion, actually. And it goes for 6 the other way. Granado should have never thrown that ball. He probably should have thrown it away or something else. But mistake leads to a Baltimore State touchdown as we go to another studio update. As Marshall currently trails UTEP going into the second quarter down 7-3. And that would be a huge upset. As Rice has the ball. Now it's 3rd and 7. Granado gonna scramble, looking to get a first down. Kegler slows him down. Cole Wynn able to finish him off. And Rice will have to punt it away. So now 1st and 10 Baltimore State. They got into the huddle with 6 seconds left in the play clock. Can they get the snap off? And they do, just barely. Seymour gets the carry up the left side. Spins inside, and he's able to get about 9 yards on the play. Gonna break up a 2nd and 1. 2 receivers to the right side. Jones on the play fake to the fullback. Jones is going to throw right side. Finds Harewood, who makes the catch by the sideline. 14 yards and another first down. Now it's going to bring up a 3rd and 9. Here's Jones. Over the middle and swatted away by Brandon Douglas. And Baltimore State will have to punt it away again. So now Rice football. We have a 2nd and 10. Granado back to pass. He has time, and he just took way too much of it. Sacked for a 7-yard loss. Kevin Hodges on the sack. And that's going to bring up a 3rd and 17. 3 receivers to the right side for Rice. Granado back to pass. Going to throw deep. And he finds Smith. But the ball's ripped out of his hands by Taquan Clay. And it's picked up by Patrick Suttle. That is going to be a fumble. As Smith made the catch, just burned Clay. And then Clay makes up for it by coming from behind, just ripping the football out. And Baltimore State recovers it. So they'll get the ball back just under 4 minutes to go. It's a 2nd and 10. Johnson in motion. They're going to run a little jet sweep to Johnson, and he's probably not the right guy to run that play with. I mean, you have Harewood on the other side. You have Duncan on the roster as well. But they lose 3 anyways. Now it's going to bring up a 3rd and 13. Jones over the middle finds Griffin, and Griffin gets to about midfield before he's stopped. And it's a 17-yard gain and another set of downs for the Stallions. as Griffin just makes a nice move inside, able to catch it, and he's set up at about the 49. They'll give him the ball at the 49. So now 1st and 10. Jones back to pass. He's going to throw over the middle. Finds Duncan. Jadarius Duncan able to make the catch inside the 40-yard line. 16-yard gain and a new set of downs. So 1st and 10 from the 33. Jones going to throw over the middle. Finds Miles Reed, the backup running back. Reed able to pick up about 7 yards on the play. That's going to bring up a 2nd and 3. 2 receivers to the left side. They're going to run the read option, hand off to Seymour. Seymour cuts outside. He has space, a nice spin move, and he's going to power his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Josh Seymour with a really physical run on that play. He's more of a speed guy, but this time he just powers over everybody. A nice juke move there, a spin right there, and he's able to finish it off by breaking one more tackle and giving Baltimore State a 24-7 lead. And now we go to another studio update. UTEP up 14-10 over Marshall now. Thunder and Herd really need to get it together if they want to keep their undefeated season alive. So now Rice ball. It's over 2 minutes to go. It's a 1st and 10. 4 receivers locked in tight. And Granado going to throw right side to Wright. And Wright is able to get a 1st down. 10-yard gain. Gets to the marker exactly almost. It's a 1st and 10. And they're going to fake the handoff. Stewart going to get stood up in the backfield. Trying to run some wildcat. Just didn't work out this time. Now it's going to be a 2nd and 11. Granado back to pass. He throws left side to Stewart. And Stewart able to shake off a tackler, but gets caught by the second one. So that's going to bring up a 3rd and 2. Got 2 tight ends in a set. Baltimore State bunching up the defense. Here's the handoff to the fullback, Peter Brooks. And Brooks able to just barely get the 1st down there on the 3-yard run. So new set of downs. We have a 2nd and 10. Granado back to pass. He's going to throw left side, and Muhammad nearly gets the interception. Just couldn't bring it in. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 10. So Rice out with 2 receivers to the left side and the tight end as well. Granado back to pass. He's going to go deep to the left side. Clay got burned again, but Smith couldn't bring it in this time. Dove for the football, but couldn't haul it in. So now Baltimore State has the football back at their own 20. Under 40 seconds to go. Jones going to go right side to Duncan. And a great catch by the sideline again by Jadarius Duncan. New set of downs, 1st and 10. Jones back to pass. He's going to throw over the middle. Finds Duncan again. Duncan down to about the 29-yard line on a 31-yard reception. As Duncan isn't really the biggest receiver in the world, but his speed just makes him really hard to cover. And Baltimore State in position to at least get a field goal out of this drive. 23 seconds to go. 2 timeouts remaining. Jones under pressure is going to dump it off to Seymour. Seymour at the 30. A nice little spin move. But he gets hit hard at about the 22-yard line. Now a 3rd and 3. Jones 2 receivers to the left side. He drops back, rolls out right. Jones not a very fast guy, but he's going to throw it across his body. Finds Rayshawn Griffin. And Jones got really lucky on that throw, but it's sometimes better to be lucky than good. And now out comes Philip Hayden, going to kick his 2nd field goal of the game. And it splits the uprights. A nice chip shot right there. As we head into the halftime, Baltimore State up 27-7. In the first quarter, Rice really put up a fight, but since then it's been all Stallions as we head to the half. Baltimore State started this game off really slowly in the first quarter, going down 7-3, but since then they've gone on a 24-0 run. And Rice just has not really had an answer for anything Baltimore State's done offensively or defensively, as Baltimore State has 2 big turnovers to keep Rice off the board, and their offense has been pretty effective so far in this game. We'll have to see what they do in the second half, see if Rice makes any type of adjustments to get themselves back into the game. As they'll start off with the ball to start the second half. It's a 3rd and 6 now. Granado back to pass, going to throw left side, finds Clark, but he's pushed out of bounds immediately. No gain on the play, and Rice will have to punt it away.
That'll make it 4th and 6.
So now Baltimore State football. Got it at about the 33-yard line. Hand off to Seymour up the left side. On 2nd and 6, a nice broken tackle, breaks another one out past the 50, the 40, down to about the 31-yard line. A 36-yard gain for Josh Seymour. He's having a huge game so far against this Rice defense. He's had 2 really gutsy touchdown runs, 2 pretty good returns as well, and that's just another really gutsy run by the sophomore running back. So now 1st and 10, Reed checks into the game. They're going to run some read option. Here's Jones, and Franklin Jones going to slide after about 8 yards. He's not trying to risk himself taking any big hits or anything like that, so now it's the 2nd and 2. Jones over the middle finds Duncan, and Duncan down to about the 16-yard line. 7-yard gain, brings up a new set of downs. It's going to be 2nd and 8 now. Jones on a play fake. Going to throw left side, finds Duncan in the end zone. Oh, that's very questionable if he got into the end zone or not. It's a very close call. I think this is going to be reviewed, but it was a nice catch regardless. It looks like he got a foot down. I don't think that the challenge is going to be against him making the catch because he definitely got a foot down, but did he cross the plane? I don't know. It looks like his foot crossed the plane, but I don't know if the ball did. It only counts if the ball did.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
But the ruling's going to stand. It's going to be a touchdown for Baltimore State. Now they're up 34-7. Rice football with just over 4 minutes to go as Granado able to find Aston Walter for about 5 yards on the play. And a new set of downs. Now 1st and 10. Granado back to pass. He's under pressure and he's brought down for a sack. That is going to be Dwight Patrick on the play. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 16 now. Granado back to pass. He's going to scramble. And he just slides after about 3 yards. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 13. Now they go 4 wide. Granado going to look for another screen. Doesn't get picked off this time, but Stewart does break a tackle, but he's pushed out of bounds after a 4-yard gain. Baltimore State gets the ball on a punt. 2nd and 2. They're going to hand it off to Seymour. Seymour able to fight forward. Just really gutsy running by Josh Seymour in this game so far. 11 carries, 129 yards, and 2 touchdowns on the day. Now 3rd and 5. Jones under pressure. Hit as he throws. Finds Harewood over the middle. A 9-yard gain and a new set of downs for the Stallions again. So now 1st and 10. More read option. Here's Jones. Gets a few blocks, and he's going to get about 10 yards, just shy of the first down marker. Now it's going to be 2nd and inches. Baltimore State in the R formation. Handoff to Reed up the middle. And Reed able to get about 3 yards on the play, and a new set of downs yet again as we end the 3rd quarter. This game not even close. Baltimore State just looking to clean it up as we head into the 4th. Not much left to see in this game, guys. We're just going to go through this 4th quarter quickly. 4th and 3, handoff to Seymour up the right side. And he gets it with relative ease as Baltimore State just showing no respect to Rice right now. So now 1st and 10. Jones going to hand it off again. This time Reed gets the carry. Gets a block, and Reed going to dive into the end zone for a touchdown. Baltimore State going up 41-7. And Rice would score one more touchdown themselves, though. As 3 minutes to go, handoff to Peter Brooks up the middle. So they get on the board for pride at very least, but this game pretty much over at this point as we get to another studio update. And UTEP actually defeated Marshall 20-17. So Marshall gets their first loss of the season. Baltimore State would tack on one more field goal. And the Stallions will win this one 44-14. Josh Seymour, player of the game. 17 carries, 140 yards, and 2 touchdowns. This game just wasn't even close. It was exactly what I thought it would be. Baltimore State just dominating Rice. Although they did start off a little slowly, but they were able to use a big 2nd and 3rd quarter to really take over this game. And you got to give Rice credit for at least fighting. I mean, they put up a lot more of a fight than I thought they would initially. But in the end, Baltimore State just a dominant team in this one, as Rice just really didn't stand a chance at all. But anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. If you're new to the channel, hit the sub button. I don't think all these games are going to be the blowout that this one was. But yeah, hit the sub button, hit the like button, of course. And of course, click on the notification bell. Be a part of the notification gang. And of course, don't forget to leave your comments and questions for the next preview video in the comment section. I'll read any of your questions or comments that you want me to read. Just put hashtag BaltState, BALTST, and I'll know to answer that question or comment in the next preview video. But anyways, that's it for me, guys. You enjoy the rest of your day, night, or whenever you're watching this. I am out of here. Deuces.